4 or 5 different stocks that you like, stuff that you probably use every day. If people know they can come to your OnlyFans and learn how to produce a track, they're gonna subscribe. Do this for years. This is long term.
Hey, so we back again, right? Discussing the Trump indictment, which is weird because this is the first time a former president has been indicted of criminal charges. They've tried to impeach presidents. Presidents have been impeached, but I'm thinking this is the first time a former president has been indicted on criminal charges. Even when they was impeaching Clinton, it wasn't criminal charges. Trying to impeach somebody is different than actually charging them, indicting them, and making them face charges. You can indict anybody, but they have to go through the court process. Only reason why I think this might be a little rough for Trump, because his past lawyer, his ex-lawyer, Michael Cohen, he did a little over a year for this case. So he already pleaded guilty, did his year, and now they're full circle, and it's Trump's time to face it. And over 30 counts of business fraud. So it's not just the Michael Cohen's and it's a Stormy Daniels situation. Even if you want to say, okay, that's bullcrap, over 30 counts. So he's going to have to fight 30 counts of business fraud. And what makes it interesting, why it might even stick, or some of the stuff at least, because his corporation, his LLC, has already been drugged through court and they've lost. They didn't sue court. They didn't sue Trump. They took one of his businesses, his LLCs, his corporations, to court, and they lost. Think it was fraud. They were taking money from the banks and stuff. They were, in one instances, saying that their property was worth this amount. But then when they file taxes, they'll say, we lost this amount. We're losing. But when they go to the banks, they'll say, hey, we're doing good and we're doing that. And so they kind of like, I think that was more of a tax fraud situation, but I'll have to go back and look at it. I don't know if I did if I talked about that or not. But this one is a little different because there's over 30 counts of business fraud. His past lawyer, Michael Cohen, already went to jail for it. And this is criminal. I didn't see this coming. A lot of people are shocked because they typically don't go after presidents or past presidents for criminal charges, something they did while they was in office, because presidents have like unlimited type of power, and they act on the country's behalf. And so I'm thinking this may even be because they don't feel like he acted on the country's behalf. He acted on his own behalf. And this is another reason why I think most presidents, when they're running for office, they liquidate their businesses. They sell them. They get rid of them. So they won't be accused of milking the government, which we know he did that because a lot of foreign leaders come to town. They stayed in Trump's properties. So he made money off of that. And then even when he went places, he would stay in his properties, but he would charge the government. So, and I think as a president, no one can be up under you, I don't think, and no one can be over on top of you. So you're taking, and if I'm not, I could be wrong, but I think they're taking up 3 floors. They got security up under Trump. They got security over Trump. So he was charging the government. Well, he said it wasn't his anymore. He put it in his son's name, family name, but even had a contract when he's no longer president, everything goes back to him. So technically, it was still his businesses. You could say, oh, he gave it away. He wasn't in control of that. Yeah, but once he was no longer president, the contract said everything goes right back to him. So technically, it's still his businesses. So he did a lot of, overcharging the government and the FBI or Secret Service, overcharging them to protect him. This is why I think he gave most of his paycheck away to be president, because it was a very bigger picture. He was getting paid on the back end. Not everywhere he go, because he didn't own hotels everywhere. But if it was a hotel somewhere where he owned, he would stay in the hotel that he owned, and he would charge the Secret Service. He would charge the government. So he made good money. And I'm sure people was watching that or whatever. But it's I don't know if that would be part of the charges and stuff like that, but because they have 30 counts. So yeah, people are saying that this is political. They're attacking him. This is political. Yes, it technically is political, because everything that he was charged of doing, not everything, well, it could be everything, was when he was in office. Because before he got in office, well, he was fighting court cases and stuff. He's been doing this for a long time. So I'm not going to say that. But yes, he was in office when a lot of stuff was going on. So yes, it's political. You can say that. If you said it wasn't political, we wouldn't believe you. So it's the first time ever. And we all shocked, and we're like, wow. And I'm sure this is going to tie into the Stormy Daniels. This is going to tie into that, the business fraud, paying her money not to say nothing while he's running for office. This is going to tie into it. That's only one charge, probably two charges. They'll come up with the money. They'll come up with something. It's probably be 2 or 3 charges, just her alone. And which is crazy, because it was so much other stuff they could have charged him with. They just had to pick and choose what was going to be solid. And I mean, yes, it's political, but even when he was running for president, he had a statutory rape of a 14-year-old. And that went away because her mom said she got too many death threats. She let it go. So it's all kinds of stuff. You can say they picking on him, or you can say they say, hey, we can't allow this to get away with this because the next president will come in and do it, or the next governor and mayor. So yes, it's political, but they have to set an example. And I think more because he kept on lying, saying, I didn't do this. Okay, yeah, I did it. But yeah, it didn't have nothing to do with me. More as even the documents, that was left, well, it seemed like he intentionally took them. But he could have did what Pence did. He could have did what Biden did. Oh, yeah, we got some documents. My bad. Here, come get them. And that's that. But when you try to fight him, like, first, we don't have anything. Okay, we know you got it. Oh, well, we have it, but it's mine. And like, when you start fighting like that, it makes him go after you even harder. Like, this guy, he just fighting us like we have no authority. And I think because he's used to getting away with stuff, or he's used to sweeping something up under the rug. So they're going to go after them with everything that they have. And I think mainly they're going after the money. They're trying to drain him. They're trying to drain him, because I don't see him doing no jail time. I could be wrong. But I think they're draining him of his money. They're going to sue most of his companies, like put him out of business. Because I think, this was a Manhattan jury that went ahead and indicted him. And I think it takes 12 people to agree to indict. So it ain't like no one person could have been bought, or 2 people. 12 people. 12 people have to say, yes, let's do this. So yeah, It's going to be all kinds of theories, and are they paying this off, or the Democrats? Yeah, I don't think that's going to fly. So let's see what happens. This is 30 counts, and this is just on the business fraud. It's more cases waiting for him when this is done. I think they're going to drain this money. Once they drain this money, he really can't protect himself, and he's going to be taking a lot of plea deals. But right now, he's so stubborn. He's taking no plea deals. He's going to try to fight out everything and fire any lawyer that tells him to do different. So let's see what happens, y'all. Trump is indicted over 30 counts of business fraud, and they still counting. I eat knowledge for breakfast.